So trading psychology. This is actually one of the biggest reasons why most traders lose money. It's not because they have a bad strategy. It's not because of anything else. It's their trading psychology and mindset. Now that is also linked to risk management. Your psychology and your risk management are very, very closely linked. So, what is good trading psychology? Well, that is, first of all, risking appropriate amounts. And secondly, detaching your emotions from your trading. So, let's give an example. Let's say you've risked 1% and you've lost the trade. Now, people who do not understand the concepts of trading psychology, what they often do is they will risk 2% on the next trade to try and make up for the loss. And if that loses, then they'll risk 4%, and it will keep going up and up and up until they've lost a very big chunk of their account. So good trading psychology is having the ability to actually handle your losses. Every trader will have losses. There's no trader in the world with a 100% win rate. No one. Not even the best traders. So you need to understand that there will be losses. So you need to be able to handle it when it happens. But if you're getting emotional, you're getting stressed, then you're not going to be successful. You need to sort out your mindset so that you can actually handle a loss and move on. The losses shouldn't scare you. They shouldn't anger you, and they shouldn't upset you. You should be completely emotionless when you take a loss. And the best way to do that is start off by risking amounts that you're really comfortable with. So let's say you have $1,000 in your account and you risk $10. If that loses, are you really going to get that upset? No, of course not. Start off with amounts you're comfortable with, build your account up so that when you have a large account and you're risking $500, $1,000 per trade, you don't even blink. It doesn't matter because you're used to it then. Don't start risking high amounts to start with because then you will panic. And when that trade is on, your heart will be pounding. I know the feeling. When I first started trading, every trade I placed, my heart was pounding because I was scared that it would lose. And it is exciting at the same time. It's a good kind of excitement. But you also shouldn't get into the gambling mentality. This isn't gambling. If you want a gambling rush, then go to the casino. This is not gambling, okay? You just need to get into the right mindset and the right mentality so that when you do take a loss, that you're fine with it. Because you know that consistency is key and that this strategy works so that when you take that loss, it's fine. There's plenty of other opportunities out there and you'll catch the next one. And the same with handling your wins. It works both ways, guys. You need to be able to actually handle that and say, okay, let's not get too cocky and upping my trade size for the next one, because then you can handle your profits back to the broker. Just be consistent. That is the main thing when it comes to trading. Consistency is key. So consistency with your strategy, your risk management, and your trading psychology. Let's say you're having a bad day due to other issues. You're upset or you're angry already. Don't trade. Because it will affect your mindset and it will affect how you trade. You need to be emotionless. Be systematic with your trading. You need to have a systematic approach. So you have a scheduled news release. You have data. You have previous, you have actual, and you have expected data. So when that is released and you see positive, you're using a systematic approach, aren't you? If it's positive, I'm looking for buys. If it's negative, I'm looking for sells. You know what you're doing. But if you're emotional to start with, and then you take a loss, you may start placing other trades, that don't even line up with the strategy. You may start doubling up until you lose it all. And I've seen it happen before. Do not get into that panic mentality when you lose a trade. You don't have to make up for that losing trade the same day. Just because you take a loss on one news release does not mean you should then place 5 trades following some different strategy to try and make up for it. Walk away. You take a loss, you walk away. Think about it a little bit. What went wrong? What could you have done to change the result? Is there something you missed? Maybe the revised data was different. What happened? You can analyze this stuff so that when you do take a loss, you're learning from that mistake. Sometimes there will be no explanation for why the trade loses, but sometimes there'll be a very clear one that you missed. So you can learn from that and in the future be able to actually avoid the loss again. So don't think of the loss as just losing money. Think of it as learning from that experience. Because you can actually build yourself into a better and better trader so that you know you have the best possible chance of making money. And that's what it all comes down to, really. You need to have that systematic approach, emotionless mindset, so that you're just making money all day long and no emotions attached to it. After you finish your trading, fine. You can be happy about it because you made a load of money. But while you're trading, detach all emotions. Because an emotional trader is a bad trader. At these big banks, these hedge funds, you will never see an emotional trader. Because you can't let it affect you like that. Because your performance is directly affected by your trading psychology. There's no doubt about it. And often, the strategy that you're using is not that important. There are thousands of profitable strategies out there, at least for Forex. Binary is very different. There's very few. There are thousands out there for Forex. And what it comes down to is trading psychology. Because people are not sticking to their strategy. You have to follow the rules. If we set some rules here and say, right, we are only trading high impact news. We are looking for either all positive data or all negative data. We're looking for, if there's revisions, then we won't trade. Then you've got to stick to it. If news comes out, high impact news, 2 events at once, one's positive, one's negative, and you take that trade, it's down to you. It's your fault. You can't come back to me or anyone else and try and pass the blame. Because I've given you the rules, the set criteria, and it's all down to your trading psychology. So when you are actually trading and you see the opportunities, it can be very tempting. Despite the news, despite the actual result, if there's conflicting results, it can still be very tempting to place that trade. Because you're thinking, well, if I don't place a trade, I can't make anything. But if I place one, I might make some money. That's a bad mentality to have. You need to be consistent so that you're only placing trades that have the highest probability of winning. This is a numbers game. It's all about probability. You need to have a high win rate to make money with binary options. And the only way to do that is having a systematic approach. But if you're just going to trade regardless of the news, regardless of the actual results, then you will lose money. So you have to understand the importance of trading psychology. Because once you understand it, once you realize that detaching your emotions and just following that systematic approach, once you understand it works, then it's a no-brainer. You will be able to do it. And it becomes easy. Once you master the emotions, trading becomes very, very easy. But it's not easy to master. It will take some time. If you're completely new to trading, you may struggle to start with. So the best advice, I've mentioned before, trade with amounts you're very, very comfortable with. so that when you do take a loss, you can handle it. When you do win, you're not getting overly excited and risking more on the next trade to try and make more and more and more. This isn't a get rich quick, guys. You need consistency, and you need to do it slow and steady. Binary is a good way to make money faster than other investments, yes. However, you're not going to do it in a week. You're not going to turn your $1,000 account into 100 grand in a week. It's not going to happen. Be consistent. There are so many trading opportunities that we have. If you have the consistency and the willpower to do it, to put in the effort, you will be successful. And that's all it comes down to. It's your mindset and your mentality. I can only help you so much. So as long as you have a positive mindset and not getting overly emotional when it comes to your trading, and you're following the guidelines and the criteria that I've given you, making money will become very easy. But the pitfall is swaying from the rules and throwing the trading psychology out the window. That's where people lose money. So if it does go wrong, if you lose one trade, walk away. Don't try and make it back. Because I've seen people lose one trade and then start stacking their trades, doubling until their account is gone. Why do that? You don't have a higher chance of making a successful trade just because you've doubled up. Just be consistent, follow the rules, and detach your emotions. That's all you can do. You will then have the highest chance of being successful, the highest probability of winning your trades. Okay? So I hope that all makes sense. It can be a lot to take in, and all it comes down to now is practice. You need to practice with your trades and understand the difference between trading a demo account and a live account. Demo account, you won't really care if the trade loses. But with a live account, when your heart starts pounding, when that trade is on for 60 seconds, you will understand what trading psychology is all about. And then it's your job to control your emotions. Control it. Be sensible and just stick to the guidelines. So that's it for this video, guys. Obviously there's a lot to cover with trading psychology, and I may do a separate course solely focused on trading psychology in the future, because it's a very, very big topic. But that's it for this video. Obviously I'll be helping you all in the live trade room in that members chat. So if you have any questions there, you can always reach out to me and I'll answer them. So thank you for listening, and I will see you in the next video.